Welcome back, everyone. Am I audible properly?
This meeting is being recorded.
Those who are joining online, okay. So from today onwards, we will discuss about Spring MVC. So before discussing Spring MVC, we should understand first what is MVC. What is MVC? Or you can say a web MVC. See, whenever you are trying to solve a problem, there is a particular approach, or you can say there is a particular process to solve that problem or to build that one particular thing. So let's just understand a simple scenario. You want to prepare tea or coffee, whatever. Now this comes as a statement for you that you have to prepare tea. Now you can say the preparing the tea is your task. Now it involves a approach. It involves a approach. First, you should have a utensil or a pot where you will prepare the tea. Then you have to keep it over the flame. Then you have to pour some water in that until the water starts boiling. Then you have to include tea, sugar, or whatever ingredients are required. I am saying that no. At first, I will pour sugar, then water. It's not a good thing. So, whenever we are talking about this wave MVC, till now I am not talking about Spring Wave MVC. I am just talking about Wave MVC. So, in one liner, we need to understand what is this Wave MVC. Wave MVC stands for Model, View, and Controller. Model, View, Controller. It is a design pattern. What it is? It is a design pattern. Design pattern. Now, what is a design pattern? So, if anyone is interested in the art and drawing, ask them to draw a human being. So, I think they will start by drawing their eyes first. At first, they will draw the eyes, then forehead, like that they will draw. They will not build the feet first or the hand first. They will start with eyes. Why? Maybe there is some formula to calculate the distance there to the height, width, like that. So for solving something, there is always a formula, or you can say there is a fixed pattern to solve that thing. Same here, we are having the spring wave MVC. At first, we are breaking it down to only MVC, that this is our model view controller. And what it is a design pattern. Design pattern means it will provide a structured way of building an application or building a web application. Now, let's try to understand. You are having a Spring project or a Spring Boot project, and inside that there is only one package, com.spring. Now, in this one particular package, you have employee.java class, you have employee repo.java. Inside that only you have employee service.java. In the same package, you have employee service implementation.java. Then you have student.java. Then you have student repo.java. Then you have student service.java. Then you have student service implementation.java. And how ugly it is looking here. Why it is looking ugly? Because now we are having only two classes. We don't even know which one is the entity, which one is getting created as table, which one is the repository, because they are kept in a unordered structure. This is not a ordered structure here. Now, what we have saw there, that you have to arrange them properly. So com.spring, this is the base package, which will include your entity package, com.spring.entity. The same one will also include com.spring.repo, or you can say repository package. Then you will have com.spring.service package. And you will also have com.spring.implementation package. Now, whatever your entity is, let's say this employee is my entity. I will keep it here, right? This employee is my entity. So I will keep it there only. This student is my entity. I will keep it here, right? Now, then comes your repository package. We have this employee repository. We'll keep it there only. The same way we have student repository. Then we have our service package. Inside service package, we will keep the employee service. Then we will keep student service. And then these two will come up here. Employee service implementation and student service implementation. Now, how good it is looking. Everything is properly structured here. We know where is the one particular file. If you want to check anything related to table, we know. If we know this, that related to database table, related to to database table. Entity means related to database table. In the repository, we will be having interfaces for JPA repository, right? Here only we will be having JPA repository. JPA repository. The same way here we will be having the services package, or it will be an interface only, service interface. Here we will have the service interface, and particularly in this implementation package we will be having service implementation class. By just checking the package name only, I can tell what will be inside this and how structured it is looking now. How structured it is looking now. The same structured is provided by this Spring Web MVC, or you can say at first only Web MVC. So here we are trying to say that Web MVC stands for Model View Controller, and it is a design pattern. And what is design pattern? Design pattern means it will provide a structured way of building a web application or solving any problem. In programming world, we have several type of design patterns. So here we are having design patterns like singleton design pattern, factory design pattern. This is from core and advanced Java. Here we have DAO design pattern. We have a web MVC design pattern. This we are going to discuss. Web MVC design pattern. All these DAO data access object already we have seen in database. This is DAO pattern, that you have to keep your entities separate, your repositories separate, your services separate, your implementation separate. This is your DAO pattern. Same way we will have the Spring, or not Spring, only Web MVC design pattern. So let's discuss it, what it is. Web MVC is dependent upon three terminologies. So there are three terminologies related to Web MVC. First is M, second is V, third is C. Here only the entire game finishes on M, V and C. Here M stands for model. Here M stands for model. Model represents the data. What model represents? It represents the data. So whatever data you are having is known as model. V stands for view. And what is view? View represents the presentation or front end. Presentation or front end, whatever is available in your front end, that is represented by V. Whatever data is there, that is related to your model. C, controller. So here we will see C stands for controller. controller represents the back end logic, back end or business logic. Wherever you are writing the back end logic, that is your controller. So simple way you can call, we can call that, or we can say that model is related to database, as here we are talking about data. View is related to front end, and here controller is related to back end. Controller is related to back end. So that is your M, V, and C. Now let's try to understand it in a real life example. Let's say you are hitting any website. You are hitting crickbuzz.com and you are opening any particular match there. Like, this data will be coming from somewhere. This data will be stored somewhere, or this data will be coming from cloud, like that it will be coming. So whenever we are talking about web architecture, so it comes in a very sorted way. Let's say this is your client. This is a client here, and client means customer. Client means customer or a user. You can call anything. Just try to understand that this is a client here. What it is? This is a client. Client want to watch something. So 99% chances are that particular thing will be stored in a database. 99% chances are that particular thing will be stored in database. Database. Any. It should be a relational database. So between the client and database, the MVC architecture will be working. Between this client and database, the MVC architecture will be working. MVC architecture. Now let's try to understand one particular thing here. Just try to understand this particular client is sending some request. So this client is trying to watch crickbuzz.com. This client is trying to watch the website crickbuzz.com, where this request should go. And here we are talking about a full stack application where database is there, server is there, if required, cloud is also there. So here only you will have something like controller. Here at first level, you will have something like controller. Controller. The request, stop using mobile. At first, the request will go to controller wherever you have defined it. Now, controller will read your request. The controller will read your request that, okay, do you want any communication with the database? Do you need any communication with the database? If your request is something like that, you need some data from database. You need some data from database. Then the controller will send a request to the model. It will send a request to model. Controller will send that request to the model. that, okay, I do need the data of this one particular thing. What is controller? What I said here, what is controller? Controller will be, in most of the cases, it will be your Java class. The controller will be generally a Java class. Generally a Java class. Your controller will be generally a Java class, which will be controlling the backend logic. Controller means backend. And which programming language you are studying for backend? Java simply. This model is related to database. It will only do that particular part. So this model will send a request to database. What will happen? This model will send a request to the database. Database will check this data, and then the database will return the value to model. Model will return the value to the controller, but it will not return only data. It will return two things. It will return two things. So just understand like this only, that it is returning data. And after it return the data, this controller, there will be something as view. There will be something as view. This is your view here. This controller will take that data and give it to view, that wherever this data is required, fill this data. Now when you got the view, the same view will be transferred to the client. Whenever you got the view, the same view will be transferred to the client. So that is how Spring MVC work. I hope it is, you have discussed this in your advanced Java also, where you might have discussed about servlets. That is how the model view controller architecture work. At first, the request will be handled by controller. Controller will check that is it require any data. If it requires, go to data, or else go to view. And then view will be loaded to the client, whatever the view is. So that is called your Spring MVC architecture. This is on not Spring MVC, MVC architecture, because Spring MVC is something different. This is called normal MVC, Web MVC architecture, because Spring will do lot of automatic things inside this. Okay. Now let's try to understand what we are writing in this particular diagram. So at first, a client has sent a request to visit crickbuzz.com. At first, the request will go to the controller. Then controller will decide whether it requires database operation or not. Database operation or not. If it requires database operation, then controller will transfer the request to the model. Then model will perform the CRUD operation, whatever, right? I'm just saying CRUD operation, and model will return the data to the controller. Controller will accept the data and transfer it to the view. Transfer it to the view where the data will be added to the view and view will be presented to the client. This is called your web MVC architecture, and that is how actually it works. Now you tell me, have you worked with servlet? Worked with servlet doesn't mean that reading their theory. Have you built any real-time project using MVC? No or yes? Then you just know the name of servlet. You don't know what it is. Okay, no problem. So at first I will show you one application by building it using Web MVC. Then we will start Spring Web MVC. Okay. So that you are not having any confusion in MVC. So we are just going to create a simple login sign up application using Spring, and in that we will do the validation also. Okay. In that we will do the validation also. For a better understanding of web MVC, let's create a project, because for understanding this entire theory, you should know the thing. So what I will do, I will open my Eclipse here. I will divide the entire project into several steps. The first step will occur like in Eclipse IDE, create a new dynamic web project. It is like Maven project only with web configuration. So in Eclipse IDE, create a new dynamic web project. And you can only create this kind of project if your IDE is for enterprise web and Java developers. Otherwise, you can't. So here Eclipse is loaded. Now let's create a project. So we'll click on file, new, and you will see dynamic web project. If it is not coming, you can just search it. dynamic web project, this one. So just click on this here, project name. So I will just say login hyphen sign up and dynamic web module version. So here you will face problems in this project. So let's keep this version as 3 and just click on next, finish it. Later we will change the project version if it is throwing any problem. So here we got our project in this particular system. Here you will get one src main Java folder which serves as the controller. This is your src main and web app folder which serves as your web folder. So what I will do in the web app folder, I will create a new HTML file and I will name it as index.html. So what I have done in the web app folder, I have created a index.html file. Here you can write some boilerplate code of HTML. That HTML head and title. Title is dynamic web app. And then we have body as well. Inside body, we are having just one heading, that first page. Later we will change it, of course, but as of now only first page I will write. Now you have to run this application. Now it is a dynamic web application, so you need something as Tomcat. So you have to run it on the server. So you can click on run as and run on server. So we have to configure Tomcat. I think I'm having it. So if you are having Tomcat, you can use that. I'll just check if I'm having. Let it get download first, then it'll start. Have you worked with JSP? Worked or not? So when I am starting the Tomcat, so it will open the web page on localhost 8080 login sign up, and here we got the first page. We will just do some of the basic design here. Very basic design I will do. So the page name is user validation, and here only I will write some of the style to it. I am not going to teach this HTML now. So just understand, okay? Inside body, we are having a div. This div is having a ID container. You can design it anyway. So here I have written some of the basic properties. So here heading is changed to user validation, and let's restart the application. Select the previously version and we'll start it. So here we got the thing. Background color is still not supporting. So here we got a very basic app, and in that only let me make some of the changes. To the universal selector, margin is 0, padding is 0, box sizing is border box, and here instead of red, mm, you can keep anything, right? So this is what I'm doing here. Text color I will keep as white. So this is what we are getting. Here we will just do the user validation. And in user validation, we will give two type of validation, that either you can log in or you can do sign up. So here in the div only, I will provide a anchor tag with sign up as the text, href equals to hash I will write because I don't have any href. And now one page for login. We'll refresh and we are getting like sign up and login. Flex direction we will keep as column. Row gap I will attach of around 20 pixel. I will increase the size of anchor tag. So font size 22 pixel. So this is what we are getting now, that you can either do sign up or you can do login. Right now they don't have any link. So let's first create a sign up page. In the web app folder only, I will create a new file and I will name it as signup.html. Remember, if it is a static page, it should be HTML. Static means it is not accepting any data from database. It is static. If it is accepting some data, then it will be dynamic. Then it will not be HTML. It will be a JSP page. In the sign up also, we will have the boilerplate code HTML. Inside HTML, we will have the head part. Inside the head, we will have title. Title is sign up. Head will have its body as well. In body, I will just show one heading that it is the sign up page. Like that only I will show. In index.html, in the href of this sign up, I will provide sign up.html.